Okay. Hello everyone. We're streaming Podcast World Championship in the Challenger section. We're in the semifinals. So we have Tomrany and PeriltheDragon versus Islutego, Garoda, and iamfrosty. So the iamfrosty team is from, I think this is Ukraine. Let me double check the flag. Yeah, they're from Ukraine. PeriltheDragon is from the US. Tomrany is from Luxembourg. So the winner of this match will go on to play in the finals. Honestly, I forget what they are playing to, of how many games is a win. I think it's either 15 or 16. I forget which. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's either 15 or 16, but I forget which. So we'll see as we get closer to that number. So first blood goes to PeriltheDragon and Tomrany. Our score is 1-0. So this is going to be a mate for Tomrany. iamfrosty is hidden. I'm not sure why. So queen can come in, then knight can come up, and a pawn can mate. Or actually, a new knight in is immediate mate. So score is 2-0. Favoring Tomrany and PeriltheDragon. Oh, I forgot to change out my headphones. I think I may need to do that. I'm going to change out my headphones now. I have to change the batteries. Sorry about that. I can still hear you all, but, well, I guess there's nothing to hear since I don't have anyone on commentary. But you can still hear me is the important thing. You can hear me through the microphone. I have a separate mic. Okay, so it looks like Tomrany has picked up. Did he win material? I think they're slightly up material. Grabbing the rook here. Islutego is trying to grab the dark squares. Tomrany going after the light squares. PeriltheDragon, probably rook at e8 would be a good move. And something could land on d8. He plays knight takes. But maybe he wants to try to attack this queen. He could play bishop up. Okay, he's going to do that. So if the queen like moves away somewhere, then rook in just immediately mates. This is interesting defense. So iamfrosty did pick up the material in the process, but his king is in a lot of trouble. I has to lose the bishop. Probably the rook afterwards. Is knight takes any good? No, I guess that loses the rook. It loses the knight. I would just take the bishop. But I'm a greedy guy. Instead, he's probably waiting for a pawn to continue his attack. Oh, and I guess he's sitting because of rook mates his partner. Rook at d8 is mate here, and this rook is potentially hanging. So PeriltheDragon can't move unless it's check or he saves the rook. Knight check. Okay. The pawns are still crushing. So Islutego has done a good job maintaining initiative, but his partner looks fairly dead. I think he can slide. So nice mate by PeriltheDragon. Islutego probably had chances there if he played that a little bit differently. He had a great attack, but he gave a little too much material for his partner. So as we get to the later stages of the challenger section, we see that some of these players are rated significantly higher than 2000, which is actually quite common because this is a very long tournament. Even though this is a tournament where in order to come in you had to be under 2000, some players improve over the course of the tournament. I'm a little bit frustrated with the organization that we didn't do much check-in about the players' actual rating. So I think there are some players who probably shouldn't have come in because they were clearly better than 2000, but that decision was above my pay grade. I did help organize this tournament, but the other organizers didn't want to spend too much time researching people's ratings, as was done in past years, which I think has hurt the integrity of the tournament. But still, I mean, none of these players are like 2500 strength or anything like that. The only question is, did we have some like 2100s slip in? So Islutego has some weak light squares. Rook takes pawn here. Oh, PeriltheDragon has a really nice attack. I think mate is going to come on the PeriltheDragon board. Oh, that was immediate mate. He had that for a while. He's had the rook for, what, like 20 seconds or so. Our score is 4-0, favoring PeriltheDragon and Tomrany. So all of these players are in the money. The winner of this match is going to go on to the finals, where they'll compete for first and second. But there's also a consolation match where the loser of this match is going to compete against the loser of the other semifinals to figure out third versus fourth place. And there's differences in the prize funds for those configurations. I would have taken, maybe not. I think he should sack his queen. Get 2 pieces for it. That's just 1 piece. Better to take 2 pieces. Light square is a little bit weak here. Tomrany now going in on the dark squares. Tomrany seems to be a pretty good attacker. He has good instincts about what the weak squares are and what to go after. This, you could throw in an intermosa where you take this pawn. You save the knight and check a little bit more. I think that should have been done. Whenever you're not in check and you're being attacked, especially when you have pieces near their king, you should look for intermezzo moves. The clock is a big story in this particular matchup. So the diagonal clocks matter. It's your time versus your partner's opponent's time. And PeriltheDragon and Tomrany have been consistently faster on these matches. But not only are they faster, they're using that time advantage. So when they are up time, they are sitting to either deprive their opponents of the pieces they want or to get the pieces that they want. So there's some players who like they move very fast and they'll be up a ton of time and then they never capitalize on that advantage. So it's good to see these guys are capitalizing. PeriltheDragon with some sacks. I would just defend the knight. Okay, well that's going to be mate with a pawn. I like this way better, yeah, because you get a queen in the process, and then you can repeat. Very nice move. And yeah, mating with the pawn is certainly fine, but you also could have taken the queen, then come back, and gained more time to get the pawn later. This is a blowout so far. The score is 6-0, favoring PeriltheDragon and Tomrany. And I think PeriltheDragon and Tomrany probably favorites to win the whole tournament. We'll see how it goes. If they do win the tournament, I mean, they definitely shouldn't be permitted to join the challenger section again in the future. So for example, we had Plaster Hippie. He won the challenger section, and now his rating is usually, higher than, significantly higher than 2,000. That's a free piece because of the pin. PeriltheDragon eating some material. Knight is going to be quite good for him, or a pawn. Pawn at c2 or knight at c2. This is mate. Our score now 7-0, favoring PeriltheDragon and Tomrany. Attacking the dark squares makes a lot of sense. Hard to defend this knight. Probably have to, I was going to say needed to drop back the bishop, but okay. Push the pawn maybe. This king seems very naked on the PeriltheDragon board. Queen takes, bishop in. You also have knight takes as a possibility. Actually, bishop up looks, well, then, because he has tempo, he can take this. So it's not going to be enough. That's dangerous. I think he's made it now. Queen takes rook. Okay, this mates too. PeriltheDragon just had so many pieces that there are a lot of mates possible here. He's trying to find ways not to mate, it seems like. He's had mate for a few moves now. He can take this. At a minimum, he can take the queen, but he's not made in the best way here. This king is a hero. If it can get like all the way down here, that would be kind of amazing. This is like a clinic on how not to mate. Okay, finally PeriltheDragon gets mate. You often see some of these faster players are not very good at accuracy. They try to play moves instantly. So PeriltheDragon may be trying to stay up on time, and it's just like either pre-moving, I guess pre-moving like moves that look like checks. I think mate will happen by assumption. But there it took him a while to mate. Here I think you jettison the queen. Take the knight, take the bishop. iamfrosty is attacking, but he could use more ammunition. Oh, I would have taken back with pawn. We do see Tomrany is trying to rattle off some quick moves. PeriltheDragon on the attack, going after these weak squares. Knight check, and then another knight is going to mate. So his partner should go after this knight. I guess he doesn't even need it. That was not good. If he put a pawn here, that would have been mate. But the bishop covers. Okay. It's a decent move. I think he can actually mate here. Knight in the back. Okay. This is going to be checkmate. Maybe he needs a pawn. One pawn mates. There's a pawn. So they're going to get on the board. Islutego needs to survive for 12 seconds, but he should be able to do that. I would take this knight even. But I'm a greedy guy. did not take the knight. You could retreat this bishop to get more coverage, run your king around. No, take the knight. Take that knight. Yeah, this looks fairly easy. Gotta watch out for a pawn promotion, but that's the only danger at all. Now a pawn could promote, potentially. He's trying to promote the pawn. That's mate. Alright, they're on the board. Our score now 8-1, favoring PeriltheDragon and Tomrany. I think we're about halfway through the match. It's either first to 15 or first to 16, and I forget which. Hey, chess doofus. So PeriltheDragon attacking on the king side, much better than these queen side grabbing pieces. I would take the queen and you can repeat, but maybe he's waiting for a rook. Rook mates immediately. I don't see a rook is coming. Oh, he's going for it. Okay, now a rook is coming. Oh, should have put the rook on the other side. It's more forcing. But this still should work. About 5 seconds. Rook mates in 1. Our score now 9-1, favoring PeriltheDragon and Tomrany. Pawn potentially free. Doesn't take it. Going for this. Maybe something could land on b2. Just going to develop. And Frosty, I think he grabbed the piece there. Okay, Tomrany sacks to create a weakness, and he's going to be able to exploit this. Probably to win a queen, maybe a king. That's going to be another free piece, and your attack continues. Okay, he doesn't care about the free piece. Apparently, I would take the free piece and threaten bishop in. Oh, that was a really bad pre-move on Tomrany's part. Allowed his opponent to queen a pawn. No reason to allow that. Trading queens, I guess, for his partner. Is this a winning attack? Queen check, knight check. This does look winning. Okay, nice mate by PeriltheDragon. Our score now 10-1. And hopefully they know this is not first to 11, which previous matches have been. This is, I believe, to 15 or 16. Ooh, I don't like this pawn move. Now knight mates, knight plus pawn. And are they aware that knight plus pawn mates? I think Frosty's aware of that. Is Tomrany aware? Tomrany appears to be sitting. It's a good idea, although if he isn't given a knight, he could keep moving. Alright, iamfrosty is retreating. And iamfrosty seems to be a pretty good attacker. He's given his team a lot of opportunities, but a lot of times when he has like a crushing attack with just a particular piece, they're down time and his partner is not able to get the piece. And that's because his opponents, they're just so fast. Oh, that's a free queen. Rook mates. or is Utego. Don't see any of these rooks coming. If they were up time, queen at c1 would force a rook. But of course, they're not up time. Cutting off the queen so that the king can take this. Now Tomrany is firmly in control. And again, that boiled down to time. If the Ukrainian team had been up on time, then they would have won that game. Tomrany tempoing the queen and getting more pieces on the board. But really he wants this king. He doesn't care so much about the queen. Now a pawn is pretty crushing. Pawn on either side, but I like on g2 a little better. This could be a funny move. Push the pawn. Attack the queen. Because then you can potentially move this bishop and then reveal your rook. There may be other ideas. Oh, Tomrany actually downtime. I think iamfrosty wants to sack his queen and play knight at h4. Continue the attack. The bishop covers the natural knight checks. I think queen sack really kind of forced here. But he's going to wait till his partner is safe. Because right now, a queen would be pretty devastating. I think just queen at g2, queen takes rook. Although, honestly, he'd be better off getting a pawn first. They're going to sit this all the way down. It's a matter of 3 seconds, though. Okay. He jettisoned a knight there to try to gain some time. Still down 2 seconds. I still like this move. Jettison a bishop. Don't like this move. So iamfrosty had great attack there, but his opponent, PeriltheDragon, was pre-moving. And so they made up a lot of time, made up about 4 seconds there. PeriltheDragon seems to pre-move most all the recaptures. PeriltheDragon winning a piece. These light squares potentially weak because of the f6 push. Let's hit in the rook. This pawn is hanging. Well, it was hanging before this bishop. PeriltheDragon has mate. Hey, Truth ICC. I like bishop up here better. Bishop f4 to go for the c7 square. The c7 square is weak. He's going after the king. This is probably going to work. So now knight mates, but yeah, he's just going to take a free piece. Now pawn mates. I like this intermezzo move. And also just take the bishop while you wait for more material. But any pawn mates, there's a pawn. Nice mate by PeriltheDragon. Our score now 13-1. Here from PeriltheDragon and Tomrany. So already a lengthening time lead here. Tomrany and PeriltheDragon remove a lot of moves in the opening. And they're already up 10 seconds. PeriltheDragon has some dark squared weaknesses, but iamfrosty does not have material in hand to exploit that. That's a free dude. Can tempo him at least. I think queen takes might have been more accurate here. You could wait for a pawn to trade off 2 pawns for a piece and then take this. Okay, no, he's going for tempo. Rook in, I suppose. The Ukrainian team with iamfrosty is actually caught up on time and now has a very nice attack. Ooh, I don't like that move. That's not check. That was a missed opportunity there. So knight's good. He could just promote the pawn. That's probably clearest. Promote the pawn, rook takes, queen takes, and come in on the dark squares. The fact that he hasn't moved yet, probably he's waiting for a knight. A knight is the more straightforward mate. While you're waiting for pieces, you should be calculated. And he ought to see this move. I'll just promote it to a queen. Hey, Aksha, thanks for watching. Apparently they're gonna sit it down. I'm baffled why they're doing that. Okay, he finds the promotion. Nice move. Follows up with bishop check. This is gonna be mate. On pushes mate. Nice mate by Tomrany. I score now 14-1. This could be match point if we're going to 15. I don't know if we're going to 15 or 16. It's one of those. PeriltheDragon on the attack. So rook is very good. BWC is attacking, maybe knight check. Since he went to the dark square, could pick up the queen, but maybe he wants a knight mates. There's a knight. He has to go up. Then you have a nasty like double check. Oh wow, PeriltheDragon gets mate. That game again was a very good chance for the Ukrainian team. They're saying GG's, so I guess it was the 15. I wasn't sure if it was the 15 or 16. So we'll say GG's in the chat. I think iamfrosty and Izutego Garoda, like even though it seemed like a blowout where they only won one game, there were 2 or 3 other games where they had crushing attacks that unfortunately they they stopped checking, or there was just there was a mate on the other board. But I'm Frosties and Islutego, both clearly very good attackers. Um, and honestly, I am a little bit frustrated by the when we started the challenges section. In my opinion, we should have done more check-in of players' ratings. Pearl the Dragon, I think, even before the tournament started, had usually been above 2,000. He was below 2,000 when he entered, but um, not so sure these players should have qualified for the challenger section. I mean, they were borderline. Um, but yeah, anyway, all these teams are extremely good at Bughouse. We'll be excited to see Tomrany and Pearl the Dragon in the finals. Probably favorites to win the finals. I'm Frosty and Islutego. They're not done yet. We still have a consolation match to determine third versus fourth place, and there's money for all of those. I don't have the prize structure in front of me, so I forget exactly how much it is. I think it's like 600 for first place, then maybe like 400 or 300 for second, and like 150 for third, 100 for fourth, something like that. I'm just throwing out numbers here off the top of my head, and I'm probably off on some of those, but that's kind of in the ballpark of the money we're talking about here. There was a $5,000 prize fund for the whole tournament, and I think about 2/3 of that prize fund is going to the open section, and 1/3 to the challenger section, or something like that. Um, okay, so GG's. We do have some matches coming up. Let me see if they've made the calendar yet. If they've made the calendar, that'd be great. If not, I kind of know when they are. I could talk about them briefly. Okay, they're not in the calendar, but on Sunday, we're going to have back-to-back matches. On Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, we have the open section consolation match. So this is to determine third and fourth place. And that is Chicken Cross Road and Zizon versus Penguin GM and Wormpaka. So that should be a very fun match to watch. And the whole open section was very close. It easily could have gone the other way. Like that could have been our finals match. So very strong teams to watch. Immediately after that, and maybe even there's going to be some overlap, so I might have to miss the first part of this. But at 4 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday, we have the other semifinals match in the challenger section. Let me look real quick to see what the teams are. And this is the bracket where you can see teams that are playing. So we have Christopher Edler and 918 Evo versus Jack Brooks and I Like Bughouse. So looking forward to that match. That match will decide which of those teams progress to the finals and get to play against Tomrany and Pearl the Dragon. So a lot of fun stuff coming up. Thank you everyone for watching. I'm going to raid out at this point. So let's look for someone to raid. If anyone has any suggestions, please let me know. I know True Player was streaming earlier, but I think he's since stopped his stream. Okay. Let's see if we recognize anyone here. So first I'm going to scan through looking for chess variants. I don't seem to see anyone playing chess variants. Now we'll look for people we recognize. Oh, let's trade RZ. I don't think I've rated him before because I think he is usually streaming in the day and I'm usually streaming at night. But I met Farsi at TwitchCon, and he was kind of just getting started into chess at the time. I think he just became a partner streamer on chess.com. But he also does some freestyle rap. So he does chess and he does freestyle rap. So thanks everyone for watching. Really appreciate it. Hope to see you a future stream. Please join me on Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time in the US for the constellation match of the open section, 4 p.m. Eastern Time in the US for the other semifinals match of the Challenger section Bughouse World Championship. Have a great day, everyone. Bye, guys.